I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian.
And this is the exciting and new podcast coming at you. We're going to review this week's episode is Season 1, Episode 20.
I can't believe 20.
We have
plus the pilot, 21 so
there
far.
Was 26 episodes in Season 1
God,
total. So we are coming to the very end of Season 1 here.
I honestly cannot believe we've made it this far. All two of you listeners out there, thank you for sticking with us.
So I noticed you said listeners.
Oh, well. I'm not sure if there are. I'm hoping. We're not just doing this for nothing. Actually, I think we are.
No, I figured first season, like, we're just finding our ground. You know, people are like, oh, what's this new show? Then people start watching second season. They're like, oh, they got picked up for a second season. People might start checking us out, you know?
That is not happening, but you keep thinking that. That's fine.
A good way to think of it. This week, our three stories this week are Memories of You, Computerman, and Parlez Vous.
Oh, is that how it's pronounced?
Parlez Vous.
Nice.
The original air date for this episode was February 13th, 1978.
Oh, so it was the Valentine's episode.
Being a Valentine's Day episode, or Valentine's Day episode, as some of you out there like to say.
No one should say that.
But yeah, that was perfect.
Perfect timing. I wonder if they planned it that way.
Because wasn't the Christmas episode for this season 1?
It was like the Saturday after Thanksgiving or something like that,
I think
right?
it was a Christmas Eve. I think it actually was Christmas Eve.
Oh, we did it. We did our Christmas episode, Thanksgiving, right?
Like, yes, I think the actual airing of it was the
Silent Night one, the Darren Stevens one, Father Mike.
Yeah.
I just listened to that recently. That's why I know anything about that.
All right, I'm going to pull up the IMDb description here. I thought I had it open, but I did not.
Let me do it without even saying it. I'll spoil things. I can't do that.
I thought you wanted to read
it. I was going to just say two girls pretend to be French to get dates. Read the titles again.
Okay, the three titles are Memories of You.
Okay, Patty Duke and some guy that she thinks she knew from a previous life. They meet on the ship, and inconclusively, did they meet before? And then the other one is
Computerman.
Okay, Frankie Avalon is with his what's the dating thing? The dating app?
Tinder.
The one with the old man that I was thinking.
Match.com.
Match.com. I was thinking he was the pre-Match.com guy, and then of course the two girls that were trying to pretend to be French.
Yeah,
that's my IMDb. I wrote the IMDb page with a lot of likes and ums.
I think you pretty much have it. I'll give it to you real quick here. Passenger Lily is haunted by an amnesia victim.
Haunted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Computer dating service manager Nick woos Julie and offers his matchmaking services for Valentine's Day. And Americans Brigitte and Yvonne pretend to be French in order to get men and gifts. So, yeah, I think I pretty much had that.
All right.
You had that down there.
Did I
give the date? Yeah, I gave the date.
Yeah, the day before Valentine's Day. That was for you.
So let's get right into our guest stars this week. And making her second appearance in Season 1 alone, Patty Duke. She's playing Lily McKim.
She was billed as Patty Duke Aston, I noticed. I don't remember if she was billed that way in the first one. She might have just been billed as Patty Duke.
Okay. I think we may have mentioned.
I'm sure we talked about her marrying John Aston. I do
remember
at some point.
seeing it was Aston was in there.
I am now keeping track of how many of these women have been hit on by Doc under multiple circumstances.
Would it be easier to say which ones he didn't hit on?
Because now Patty Duke has been hit on by Doc 2 times.
Yeah, and like it was a little weird because at times it feels like she was almost there with Doc, like she was almost spending time with Doc,
or Doc was trying to steer her away from any other guys because he was like, "Let's get it on." Including the part where she was dressing him in his office, where I was like, "What did we just walk in on?" But that's farther down the road. We can talk about that later.
She was on the Patty Duke show.
Oh, how convenient! I wonder if they named it after her, or they just happened to hire her for that.
She was in all 105 episodes. That was
never watched it.
That was from 1963 to 66.
I believe that was a black and white show. I didn't watch a lot of those
as well. So I mentioned this was her second appearance. She was also in season 1, episode 6. And she's in 3 total episodes, 3 different characters. So her next episode isn't until season 8.
Oh.
So,
Do you think she just was like, enough? I got to take a 7-year break.
Or was she just like, maybe she had a kid? Maybe she had one of her kids around then, right? Maybe too young.
She's not.
It could have been Sean Astin. Maybe the other one.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Astin. Maybe.
Who's Mackenzie? Is that
He was the one that was on Facts of Life in the later seasons of Facts of Life. He was in Garbage Pail Kids, the movie.
What did he play in Facts of Life?
He was, I don't know.
The token boy that just shows up at the
Shows
later
up, and then it was a Cloris Leachman ends up like adopting him.
Yeah.
And Cloris Leachman was Mrs. Garrett's
Sister or whatever. She
sister,
came when
yes.
Charlotte Ray left.
I didn't really put anything else down for Patty Duke because
we already talked about her a couple weeks
and
ago.
I just wanted to get more of her second appearances.
And we wanted her to come on. Be like, come on, Patty. You're still alive. Come on the show.
I don't think Patty's still alive.
Patty
right?
Duke's definitely still alive. And you both are looking at me like maybe she's not. Maybe
I don't
she's
know.
not.
I thought Brian knew.
I would have to think she's still alive.
I want to say no. I think John's alive.
John's definitely
but
alive.
I don't think Patty Duke is alive.
Oh, I'd be shocked if she was dead.
Shock the monkey.
Sorry, Patty. I know you're alive. I know you're alive. And our producer is feverishly typing finger by finger. P-A-T-T.
I need a separate computer. Died March 29th, 2016 at the age of 69.
Damn, really? I would have thought she was still alive.
She should be. She would only be 74.
Right? Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
I could have sworn she was still alive. That goes against my usual conventional wisdom of I thought he was already dead. When someone says,
the opposite,
"Did you know that blah 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 died today?" I was like, "Oh, I thought he was dead already."
I don't know if it was like if she was sick or I think she might have been. I don't know if it was cancer, but I don't think it was cancer, but I think she was definitely sick.
I really hope we didn't talk about this 6 or 7 weeks ago when she was originally on. I hope you didn't bring up the fact she was dead then. I didn't remember 2 months later.
Sepsis from a ruptured intestine.
Why does that sound familiar? Or is that just what I dealt with last weekend?
This was 14 episodes ago. Plus, we had a couple fillers in there. We
so
did
that's months
did
ago.
A different.
Have we really been doing this for months? Good
Lord.
Lord.
We started back in May.
May?
Yeah, because I think the first one we did was the end of May, I think, I want to say.
Here we are in December.
Our next guest.
May-December relationship, this podcast.
Our next special guest star, his one and only episode was Frankie Avalon, and he's playing Nick Hyder.
You don't even have to look it up, Brian. I know Frankie Avalon is still alive.
He's dead.
Frankie Avalon is definitely still alive. And, of course, he is most famous in our generation for being...
the beach.
I was going to say he was in Grease. He was the
Grease. Yeah, the Teen Angel.
Teen Angel, yes.
Yeah.
Beauty School Dropout, I thought.
Well, yeah, he's the Teen Angel. He sings the song Beauty School Dropout.
And Back to the Beach was one of those 80s
Oh,
movies,
yeah. He was in those things. Well, he was in the 60s
But he's in a lot of the
versions.
beach blanket
Well, they
bingos
brought
and
that
stuff
back
like
with him and Newfoot and Shello.
Oh, yeah, he's still alive.
He is still alive.
That's what I said.
And he was in he was also in Casino.
Yes.
For
as
one
himself,
scene,
though, right?
like when Robert De Niro's character Ace is doing his own talk show, he brings him on to interview him. He
like
juggles with. Does he juggle with him? Or I remember he's talking about all his
I haven't
kids.
watched Casino in a while, but that's what.
But Frankie Avalon's in that scene as Frankie Avalon.
I think I had it down. Did I have it down?
But
no,
Frankie Avalon had a career as a musician for a long, long time.
Yeah, Casino as himself. I have it.
Yeah,
here.
there you go. Okay.
He was on the Patty Duke show as a performer. I put that on there
Oh
just
my God.
because I thought that
Look
was
at that, a
interesting.
connection.
But I also have him in season 2, episode 5 of Ted Lasso.
What?
Frankie Avalon is in season 2, episode 5.
I just watched Ted Lasso, but I don't remember Frankie Avalon being in that. I wonder why.
Was he playing himself?
I want to double check that real quick. I think he was playing himself.
He's not British,
Or
is he?
performer
No,
or
he's
something like
from
that.
like New Jersey, or I think he's from Philly. Actually, Frankie Avalon is from Philly. I think
He is the Casino as Frankie Avalon.
Yeah.
What was I looking up now? I was looking up Ted Lasso. I couldn't remember the show. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Soundtrack?
Research on the spot.
You know what? He's just on the soundtrack. I apologize.
Oh, so his music played. All
But it
right.
said performer, so I thought
Nah,
maybe he
I
was
got
actually
you.
in it. Yeah.
But he's from Philly. I think Philly or
He is
Jersey. Is he a Jersey boy?
He's in Jersey Boys, but he was born in Philly.
Okay. Yeah.
And he has 8 children.
I remember that's the plot of his appearance on Casino. He's like, I got 8 children, and Dinner's like, oh, that's amazing. He's like, it was a pleasure. I love making every one of them or something like that.
You, man. I thought Ted Lasso was going to do the.
My mind was blown because I watched Ted Lasso. I was like, really? Frankie Avalon was on that? I think I would have known that.
I was like, yeah, he's going to say he's not going to know Ted Lasso. Next up, she's in 6 episodes, 5 different characters. This is her first appearance, and it's Barbie Benton, and she's playing Brigitte LeBlanc.
She is gorgeous.
Well,
really good,
she's a Playboy Playmate, right?
Yes.
Michelle looked it up after the fact. Michelle did not watch this with me, but she was asking me who was on it, and I brought her up, and she dated Hugh Hefner for like 8 years, starting when she was like 16.
Wow.
When he was 40. And go until like she was like 25 or something like that. If that's 8 years, I don't know if I did the math correct.
Close enough, I think.
I didn't use all my hands.
All of them?
But
1, 2,
she was on like 20 episodes of Fantasy Island. That's basically all she did was Love Boat and Fantasy Island.
8 episodes of Fantasy Island, 2 episodes of Chips, 1 episode of Vega $.
Nice. We've talked about them before, yes.
She's only had 24 total credits. And
she hasn't done a lot.
Her last acting credit was an episode of The Love Boat, was her last acting credit.
She was on Hee Haw a lot, apparently, which I was not a Hee Haw person.
I don't have that down here, but yeah, I was never a show for me.
The one thing I looked her up just because, well, I saw Playboy Playmate, so I have to do a deep dive on her.
I guess let me go to Google.
But she's been married to her husband, and her married in 1979, and they are still married to this day.
Shortly after this episode,
which is a great Hollywood story right there. That's 40 years.
And I'm guessing that's probably her first.
Because she was with Hugh Hefner before that, and she was not married to him.
Yeah, she wasn't old enough to get married when she was with Hugh Hefner.
She was not.
I just couldn't believe how I've heard Barbie Benton before, but I couldn't believe how gorgeous she was.
And I heard her name before too, and I kept thinking, I'm like, is she the one that's married to Ringo or what? I'm like, okay,
that's Barbara Bach.
Yeah, I know. Those names like all rattle around in my head, and I'm like, okay, that's Ringo's girl. And I looked her up, I'm like, that's a Ringo's girl. But I knew the name, and then when I looked her up, I'm like, there's no reason I should know her name. So whatever. She was hot.
Yeah, still is.
And I'm not fluent in French. In fact, I can't barely speak English, but it sounded like she spoke French really well. Like, did they have to hire 2 actresses that actually knew French?
That's a good question. That I didn't look into, but I did look into Fred Grandy speaks fluent French.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. I mean, because he hopped right in and started speaking French. And I was like, is this like, are they feeding him lines? What's going on here? But you can usually tell when someone's not speaking it legitimately.
Or almost kind of like memorized it.
Yep. It sounds wooden, but they did sound like they knew. The girls sounded like they knew French.
I thought the one that played Yvonne, I thought she was hot too.
Yeah, she was really good looking.
As the older one, she was probably like 28 or something.
I don't think she's...
Like, who's that old broad there? Oh, she's 28.
Yvonne was not one of the main guest stars.
I looked her up. She was like nothing. I didn't see anything she'd ever done.
Because we even did all the guest stars, and then there's one that's not even listed.
I know. Because as soon as she showed up, I'm like, wait a minute. Her name wasn't in the credits. And I rolled it back, and her name was not in the credits. I was like, how did they leave her out?
Did I miss something here?
I didn't even recognize her.
She was the hair was not doing her any favors.
This is also her first thing that there was maybe like some other small thing, but this was the first thing that was an actual real credit for her. And then shortly after this was
amazing that they cast
Cheers.
her as the exact same character in Cheers as she was on the Love Boat, the bookworm kind of hot nerd.
Yeah, and the only thing is her name wasn't Diane. You know,
That's true.
Her name was Diane.
I couldn't even tell you what her name was. I just kept saying it's Shelley Long. Oh, spoiler?
Oh,
should I not say that? Did you want to say Shelley Long? I'm sorry.
I thought we already did we not? I thought we did. All right. So next up, one episode, Denny Evans. He plays Sam Worth. But
which one was Sam?
He was one of the ones. I think that was the guys, one. I think he was one of the ones that was paired up with,
like the one that wanted to shave, the one with the mustache, the one that was playing chess.
Wait, Sam Worth was the one. I'll get to her with the redhead. I don't want to tell you who the redhead is because you might know who she is.
Oh, I don't know who she is. Oh, now I'm excited. He was the one with the redhead. So that was the damn, I don't remember that. I don't remember. I saw it 4 hours ago.
Penny Jacobs was her name in this episode. Penny is the redhead. But
that was her show name, not her real name. Okay.
Her real name's Carol White.
That didn't help either.
Okay, so one episode for Denny Evans, but next up we had Jamie Farr, who was not in much of this episode at all.
They didn't even introduce him when they were gotten in the boat. They did your scene, the confetti scene. I'm like, oh, there's Jamie Farr. I'm like, they didn't even show him getting on the boat.
I have him down for, you want to do his top 4?
MASH, Cannonball Run 1, Cannonball Run 2.
After MASH.
That's not
a good call. After MASH.
It's not his top 4, but
I don't know what the fourth one would be.
His fourth one was Scrooged.
I've never seen Scrooge.
I don't remember him being. I saw
that's the Bill Murray one,
once,
right?
Yeah.
Did he play himself in that?
I don't know if it was himself.
That's the Bill Murray one, right?
Yeah.
I have never seen that one. That's a
really good.
It's a blind spot.
Can you tell me how many episodes of
MASH?
After MASH?
Oh, After MASH. I think it was only on for a season. 25?
I'm just kidding. Your guess?
24.
I got him here for 30. I think After MASH was 2 seasons.
Oh, was it 2 seasons? I think I watched it all.
Yeah. One season maybe canceled into the second season or something.
It was one of those shows that, like, as soon as it came on, they were like,
it's like, what's going on?
We're putting this on for forever. And then a season in, I think we talked about this with John Ritter, like how the Three's Company, the Three's a Crowd one, they immediately signed it to 2 seasons. And after one, they were like,
it's done.
Oh, no. We'll pay your contracts out because that is terrible.
Speaking of Three's a Crowd, Lee Ving from the band Fear was in an episode of
was he
Three's
really?
a Crowd. Yeah, when Jack gets, I don't know if he's arrested or he's in a lineup, and there's...
I am not going to remember Three's a Crowd episodes. Get James Wilson on this show for that, please.
You just doxed him, so we'll have to get that.
There's like 10 million James Wilsons in the world. He's got the most basic name.
That's also the band Ween is one of their fake names that they would play under when they would play in New Hope or whatever was Jimmy Wilson Group.
Oh, interesting. Where were we?
Okay, so he was also in an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Who are we talking about now?
Jamie Farr.
Oh, Jamie.
Jamie Farr's episode of The Twilight Zone was called The Passerby. And
like the original The Twilight Zone?
The original Twilight Zone. This was 1961 or 62.
Wow, he must have been very young in that.
And it was James Gregory was like the main star of that one.
Okay.
And Civil War had just ended. And the soldiers...
In 1965?
Well,
sorry.
These soldiers are walking down like just like a path, and there's like these houses or whatever, and there's this lady at this house, and she sees somebody walk by, and it's James Gregory, and that's her husband. And she's like, "Stay here," and he's got to keep going because he's really dead.
Right, of course, because everybody's really dead on every single episode of Twilight Zone.
Jamie Farr was like walking. I don't recall.
So he was a nobody.
He was nobody. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he's just like one of the guys there. Yeah.
I mean, and Jamie Farr's still alive. You don't have to look it up. He's still alive. He was just a Comic-Con chiller, yeah.
Actually, I was looking up because there are 2 people in the opening credits of Love Boat that have the last name Farr.
Yeah, I always see that. Is it? Are they producers or are they?
Producers,
I think they're writers,
or they might be writers.
Oh, you mean every weekday?
Yeah, I think one's name's.
I believe we've talked about that before.
Gordon Farr.
Yeah, it looks like a husband-wife team or something.
Joyce
Are they
Farr?
related?
That's what I'm trying to hunt
Go
down.
on IMDb. I could.
Everybody listens.
We'll come back to Jamie Farr after you find it. But next up was Rick Nelson or Ricky Nelson. He was playing Ted Wilcox or Alex Fowler.
Was he?
That's the 2 characters that she thought he was. When he was.
Was he really playing too?
No, he was actually. No, Ricky Nelson was not playing that character. It was actually Rick Springfield.
Rick Springfield. I thought it was Rick Springfield.
You weren't the only one.
I don't know anything about Ricky Nelson other than I remember when he died. My mom was really affected by that.
Yeah, he was only 45.
And I remember being like, "Who's that?"
It was in 1985 plane crash.
So I was 15, and so my mom was really affected by that, and I didn't know who that was. And then a couple of years later, his children descended upon us in the band Nelson, and it was awful.
What was that hit? What was it?
It's Who Fucking Cares is the song. They were awful.
That might be it.
It might be it. I feel that Rain was in the title of their song. Like, here comes
After the Rain. I think that
was it
be
After the Rain? Okay, maybe, but it was awful.
He's only Ricky Nelson only had 25 acting credits. I only have one of them down here. Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet was where he played a kid. He was a kid in that. Can you tell me how many episodes he was in of
Ozzie and
Adventures
Harriet?
of Ozzie and Harriet? Yeah.
Did you just say he was only in one?
No, I only put one of his shows, one of his 25 credits.
Dude, was he on that?
The show lasted for 14 seasons.
Oh, so that's where he got his start. He was a kid actor on The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet.
How many episodes out of the 14 seasons do you think he was in?
14 seasons back then were probably long. I'm going to say 200.
Brian?
Based on nothing.
Yeah, I don't know at all. I never even saw an episode.
I never saw one episode of that.
I don't recall. I haven't seen any either.
No.
He was in 434.
God damn,
out
what?
of 436 episodes. So he was in all but 2 episodes of
400. How many did they do a season? I can't even do that math. Oh my God, what do they do? 75 episodes a season?
30. I mean,
I don't even want to try to figure out that.
I think wouldn't 30 a season be? That would be what?
You don't even tell me. I can't even tell you.
That would be 420 episodes. Yeah,
know.
I think it could be 30 episode seasons.
Oh my God. I had no idea. Can you imagine trying to write 30 episodes a season? I don't care about actors because whatever, they just have to read the line.
I mean,
trying
how many
to write
how many
30,
times do you think they had to repeat like a storyline?
We should be doing a podcast about that. We'd be doing it till we were 100 years old. We could do 20 a year and still be doing them for 20 years. I don't even know if that math
we do
adds
20
up.
a day, and I don't think we're going to get all of them. So our last
wow. And then he died in a plane crash, and he was a musician too, right?
Yes. I don't have any of his.
I don't know.
I can name one song.
I don't know.
Garden Party.
Okay. Sing it.
That's
give me a tune. No.
I can't.
Okay.
Something Garden Party.
I don't know that song.
One episode is all Ricky Nelson was in. Also in one episode was Carol White, Penny Jacobs, who I was just telling you about.
The redhead.
She's in 3 episodes of Starsky and Hutch, 1 episode of the Bob Crane Show. I just thought that was interesting because we just had Bob Crane.
He just died probably right at that time.
But she played a character named Rosie Greenbaum in 13 episodes of Laverne and Shirley. She was one of the, not a bully, but she was one of the I can picture
foes. Yeah, I can picture who that is, but not really. Like I remember those kinds of plots where Laverne had to be the tough guy.
I was hoping that maybe she had been crossed over into Happy Days, but she didn't. Yeah,
did she date Lenny or Squiggy at some point? Maybe
I don't know. She
Hello,
dated
Laverne.
one of them, but it was one of those. Like Laverne would be like, I can't stand Rosie or whatever. Or maybe she was like teasing Shirley for something.
My children have no idea who Laverne and Shirley are, but today they were both talking about Breaking Bad, and I was talking about Better Call Saul and Michael McKean, and the first thing I said was like, he's from Laverne and Shirley. He's Lenny.
Yeah.
And they're like, who? I'm like, yeah, you guys have no frame of reference there.
Where would they maybe?
They don't know. They don't.
But from anything?
Because I said Spinal Tap.
I thought Spinal Tap maybe, yeah.
I said he's in everything.
He's also
being in everything means nothing to them.
He was in a lot of like those 80s TV shows.
He was,
where he's like
and he was the bad guy in the Brady Bunch movie and stuff like that. But they didn't know. They're dumb kids. They don't know.
Were you just looking something up? Did you get something?
Oh yeah. So
he was looking at the Bobby Benton pictures.
Jamie Farr.
Benton?
Oh yeah.
Barbie.
Bobby.
Bobby's her brother. He's not as hot, but just as naked.
But they created and produced the Love Boat and the Bob Newhart Show. They were married.
What was it? Gordon and Lynn? Yeah.
But they're not related to Jamie Farr at all.
You've been looking this up this whole time?
Yeah, I got distracted.
Whose picture did you see?
I was going to say, who's naked? Gordon Farr's naked picture?
Gordon Lightfoot. Gordon Jump.
Oh.
Okay, so that was the special guest stars that they showed in the
opening
credits there with no pictures, obviously. But there was one other special guest, which we've already mentioned, Shelley Long. She played Heather McKenzie. Can you tell me how many episodes of Cheers Shelley Long was in?
So she was probably on the first, I'm going to say 5 seasons of Cheers. So I'm going to say 100 and
She does come back for
the final episode.
the
I
final
remember
episode,
that.
and there's that one where they the 200th episode
I don't
where they're
remember
all on stage and they talk like they have.
Oh,
like
that
a-
doesn't
yeah.
count.
No, I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm not counting
No, I'm
that.
not-
That might count, but I'm not counting that.
Yeah,
I'm going to say she was on 125 episodes of Cheers.
Brian.
I'm going to go one season farther. I'll do 150.
123
Nice.
episodes.
Go, Andy. You were very good last week. I was listening
Yeah,
to
you
that
were,
one, and you were
yeah,
like,
you were
right on every one.
Like a couple off, right? Money Pit is a movie she's in.
One of my all-time. I can watch Money Pit right now. Turn it on. Let's watch Money Pit.
the Brady
Can I have
movies.
some of your napkin?
Yeah.
I
There's
spilled
actually
my-
a whole other one right
I
here.
spilled my beer.
Oh my god.
Again, on the equipment.
We can't.
It actually bubbled up when I opened it.
That's your bubbler over there, huh?
They're cutting out my bubbler.
We mentioned the Brady movies. We
Oh,
just talked
she
about
was.
with
She
Michael
was
McKean. She
Carol.
played,
Yep.
yeah. Night Shift.
Awesome in Night Shift.
One of my favorite Ringo Starr vehicles, Caveman.
She was great in Caveman too.
She was hot. In
Yes.
Caveman.
I mean, she had a great early career, and then she pulled the "I am better than all of you. I'm going on to do better things," and I was so happy when none of that worked out for her.
Troop Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I hate.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that.
She did do a few episodes. Well, tell me how many episodes of Modern Family she was in as Ed O'Neill's ex-wife.
I have watched 0 episodes
okay.
of
I thought
Modern
you had watched
Family,
that
so
one.
I can't.
You
tell
ever
you.
watch Modern Family?
I don't watch Modern.
All right, so she was in 8 episodes
Oh.
of that. So, but
That's
she played
fun that
his.
she was on there.
She was his ex-wife.
I would have rather Katie Seagal played the ex-wife, but okay.
She does come back for an episode or two, Katie Seagal, and I think David Faustino was in an episode. Which is
Well, what's he doing? He's probably working at Walmart right now.
David Faustino, if you're out there,
I love you. I love you. I'm just being a dick.
I mentioned Fred.
I am also working at Walmart, Dave. So please
speaking
come on down.
French. Oh, so I guess we're gonna have this playing this time, right? Because we didn't have it.
Yeah, I want to do it the old way. I don't think last week worked. I don't think the wrap.
So
it up.
how far in are we now? I think we did pretty good with the introductions there.
I think
He's going
we're
to say
half hour
8
in.
hours, but he starts recording as soon as we turn the
Wait,
microphone.
it's not blinking at all.
Even though if it's blinking, that's a problem.
We need a red light down here. Boop. We're on.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Can you get one that affixes to one of these, and then
And then we
and
can
then
do
hook up Alexa to
with
it?
the green screen, and with
Alexa.
the red light and the
Oh.
green screen. It's gonna be nuts.
the green screen's right there? I just took it down when we played
If we need
poker
to do photo shoots for season 2, maybe.
to add Vicky to the picture. I don't know.
I think one more.
Season
I want to
two.
say
I
one
don't
more
know.
season. I think.
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's get this episode started because this is the Valentine's cruise.
Is this going to drop on Valentine's? I don't expect you to know that.
So we're on 13. This is 20. So that's 7 weeks.
Carried
Not
Away.
far
It's
off.
Possibly
it could-
going to be like right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning of February.
All right, so that's close enough.
We've
Not
been
bad.
pretty much.
I mean, listen, the Christmas specials start
By
airing
accident,
at the
that
beginning
just
of
happened,
November.
too. Like that just worked out by accident.
Let's do it.
Here we go. It's a singles cruise. Also, I guess people are coming on here.
Are you not allowed to register as a family to come on this cruise? If you came with your kids,
So
would they be like,
we didn't
"Get
have any
off"?
mixed room ones here. You know when
Where
they
it's
have
just
like
random
the
people showing
like,
up and being like,
Oh, who
Now,
are you?
when you were doing the credits, you mentioned one guy. You said this guy, Sam or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
Sam Worth.
What about the other 2 guys in that group? Are they not noteworthy? You had the Keith
they
Hernandez
weren't.
guy. You had the Keith Hernandez guy with the mustache.
Yes,
You had the chess
they
guy,
weren't.
and then you had the shaving guy.
Yeah, they weren't in the.
And whichever one you
main credits
mentioned
there.
was one of them. And the other 2 or whatever they were.
Yeah, they weren't in the main credits, and I don't think there were anybody really popular.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that they have these episodes where, why don't you get a up and comer? Why don't you put a
Like a Shelley Long. Why don't you
Willie
put a
Ames
Shelley
or
Long in there, right?
whatever on here? I was going to say Scott Baio, but I know he's already been on.
Julie talked about this. She hired a matchmaker since it was a singles cruise, and the matchmaker is going to put the singles together to make.
And they all have the little hearts on their chest with their names.
Which I thought they should do that more often, because like especially in like the last couple episodes where we had no idea who the people were and we didn't know anything that they starred in.
Nice. And by the way, Julie has, for the average human, she has double the amount of
right
teeth.
there, you see
every
Shelley
time
Long
she
for
smiles,
the first time.
Every time Julie smiles, she has 50 teeth in her mouth. I don't know how she does that.
But like, it's a
as soon as I saw
redhead. Like
as
you
soon
don't
as
really,
I saw her, I was like, she looks familiar.
Makes you do the double take because
And then-
you don't see Shelley Long immediately
she's
when
not,
you look at her.
She does,
but,
well, because by Diane, she had like long, straight blonde hair. So this is not that. But as soon as I saw her, I was like, well, that girl's familiar.
So we find out that the matchmaker here is actually a computer, and passengers will be filling out cards to give to the.
I wonder if Frankie Avalon's actually playing the Match.com guy 40 years in the past. Because I can see him being that guy.
Is this his origin story?
Now when you see the Match.com commercials, which I haven't seen in a couple of years, but it's like an 80-year-old man being like,
there you go.
give me all your information, I'll get you a girl.
Just missed the one guy's mustache.
Oh, he's got a great mustache.
It should show it again. They're going to look at him, I think.
No, he has a Keith Hernandez mustache.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a beautiful mustache. And here comes Doc, and Doc is like, hello, Patty Duke. You've been on this cruise before.
He's like, haven't I tried to get my tongue inside you one other time?
And I know it's not yet, but he compares himself to Burt Reynolds and Clint Eastwood and Woody Allen.
No,
but you probably have that.
It's definitely
on.
the scene. Okay. It's right here. So Lily said she was unaware that it was a singles cruise because she was just there for the sea air and a chance to relax.
Again, another person on a cruise for like, I'm just going on a cruise.
And she came by, and she went by herself.
Do California people do that shit? Do they just go on like, I got nothing to do this weekend. Let's go on a cruise.
I would do it.
Us northeastern people like have to plan it months in advance, and she's just like, going on a cruise.
So strange. We actually have to make plans.
It's very odd. There's where Doc was giving his. I'm Clint Eastwood. Or Burt Reynolds or Woody Allen.
Went because she said she noticed that other guy, and she says that she thought it was Alex, ended up being Ted, all that crap.
Oh, did that happen right there? Okay.
And he says, well, I've been told I look like Clint Eastwood, Burt Reynolds, and then the third one, which was a little
Woody
odd.
Allen.
Woody Allen, yeah. Just not, I don't think that holds up as well. I mean, one of those.
Well, which one of these three don't belong? Woody Allen, but I think that's the joke.
And also now one of them is dead. Would you have guessed that it would be Burt out of the three now?
No. Yeah. I guess back then I probably would have said Woody Allen, but
I would have guessed Woody
over nothing based on, I don't remember their ages.
Just because Woody didn't seem like the healthiest kind of, Clint Eastwood, obviously, like the guy that was always
the rugged outdoorsman.
Yeah. I always thought that Woody would be all right because he eats a lot of Asian.
If he bleeps
you were
that
waiting
shit
for
out,
that to go.
If he bleeps that shit out, I'll be so pissed. He bleeps out all the dumb shit he says.
And meanwhile, like you have your tirade.
I have 100 shit. I say 100 stupid things, and none of that gets bleeped out.
You've been canceled twice. All right. Okay, so this is where we find Brigitte, Barbie Benton, and Yvonne speaking French to Julie, and they were basically looking for an interpreter. They're looking for an interpreter here to help them.
And it's weird that they would assume that there'd be a French interpreter on a boat in L.A. Maybe a Spanish one, but a French interpreter?
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously they're going, there's the computer going in now.
that THX 100 or whatever it is.
That looked like a heavy computer, but I was just like, why did it have to be open and on display to be carried in?
I do believe that Lumpy was using that last week to watch Diane Carroll and whack off. But if you don't know what that means, listen to our Star Wars holiday special.
Also, Itchy, Lumpy, one of those names.
Please don't even ask me which was which.
If Lumpy's whacking off, that's a problem.
Why?
Because Lumpy was the girl.
The little boy.
I was the little boy. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Let's go to
Mala was the mother.
We said we weren't going to talk about that. Brian's the only one who likes that show.
Wasn't Lumpy the kid that was jerking off to the Diane Carroll thing?
No, Itchy was the grandfather was jerking off.
Itchy is what they got. I'm still the best part of it still is what Brian's favorite part where he fakes him out.
Oh yeah, on the stormtrooper.
The stormtrooper death.
And he just falls over the railing.
Really rickety railing. 1,000 feet up.
You're up 1,000 feet. You put it in bitter handrails.
Yeah, you would think so too. And
Well, you have to.
you would
That's
also
a
think that
lawsuit
you
waiting to
wouldn't think
happen.
that he would catch him. So, man.
He pulled a Jordan on him, like, oh.
So here we had our bon voyage scene,
And this is where you first see Jamie Farr, and you're like, oh, Jamie Farr's in this episode. Okay. And
so
this
we
is a
had
good time to talk
French
about
girls and Frankie, and then
everybody. There's all the main guys.
There's
And
Walt.
Jamie Farr's friend, who's that guy?
Walt.
Which one's he that you're talking about him? Did you talk about him in the credits?
No, he was not.
He's not in the credits
yeah.
because he's one of those guys that kind of looked familiar.
Like a character actor.
Yeah, he was probably in like All in the
He
Family
was
or
one of
something.
those
for
guys
that.
that was, but
I just wanted to pause there because I want to talk about that scene, so that's why I paused it. But anyway, go on. Please
with
keep
the
talking.
control. I hope it's the control.
Keep talking.
No, I don't even remember what I was saying now.
Jamie
because,
Farr, Walt, Bon Voyage.
Yeah, no, we can move on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. The next was we had Ted, which was Ricky Nelson, and then we had Seymour, and then Walt and Lily were the others.
I figured this is a good time for you to ask your usual questions since you had the Bon Voyage scene. Were there any other?
I did not see any elevator scenes. Is that what you were asking?
No elevator scenes, no Titanic jokes.
And no Titanic jokes. I don't recall. Yeah, elevator. I didn't even think of
no
elevator.
elevator.
Scene until
No
now.
elevator.
Like you said
I
it,
was looking for it. I look for those things now. Sorry.
That makes me
sorry.
sad.
Sorry.
All right,
But
so
now
what
we
did
have
you-
a captain on.
Could you use the captain's voice here? I want to say the bridge, right?
Is this the bridge? Is this
Wide
the
open
bridge?
Katie was watching this
This
with
is
me, and
insanity.
I told her what exactly that is.
Oh, you know what this is?
I'm pretty sure.
What is this?
That's for raising and lowering the rescue boats.
Oh, okay. That makes more
I thought he was going to
sense.
say this is where we do
But
the
it looks
skeet
like
shooting.
he's driving from there, and he's
He's
not
of course
driving at all.
He's pulling levers and stuff like we're going out of port here.
But he
on an
looks like he's
open
never
deck.
done it before. He
No.
looks very confused
Everything's
here.
like, do I pull this or do I pull
These big boats have actual wheels.
And on a walkie-talkie, wouldn't they have
two
like a
sticks.
handheld kind of like,
Why isn't it right here? Too,
yeah,
right? It should be-
something? He's just like, do I pull the left one or the right one? And this big container ship behind him. Did you think that's all the stuff?
I had to
for-
hear Captain on the bridge because I didn't
Yeah,
think it was
that
the
is
bridge,
not
but
the
I mean
bridge.
it's
And
something.
it also
right?
looks that it's the farthest back part of the boat. That's no way to go out of port all the way. You don't know what's in front of you.
and like we got like containers right
Yeah.
behind there. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying. I think that's those ships that are sitting out in the LA port right now. Waiting
They're
to
the
come
same
in.
ones.
They're the same ones. That's my Christmas presents from 35 years ago, 45 years ago. Holy shit. I bet my Star Wars Death Star's on there.
Is that where the Millennium Falcon?
The Millennium
that's supposed to be
Falcon
down
is
here?
on that.
When we were coming across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge back from Florida, we saw 14 container ships sitting there, just waiting to go into Norfolk.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a great bridge. I love
That is
that
a great
bridge.
bridge.
Here we have Gopher bringing what was that, like fruit
Gift basket
like,
or something
yeah.
like that to the French girls. And he is just like zoning in on the younger one. He made the right call for sure, but the other girl is just sitting there like, whatever.
She's not that bad looking though either.
She's
I don't think.
Not bad looking at all
But
compared to this
she's
girl.
no Barbie Benton,
compared to
though,
this
yeah,
girl,
yeah.
she's not that great. And it's just so funny how she's just like, okay, I guess I'm going to go up on deck and
And they could have just spoken bad English. They didn't have to totally
Yes,
not speak
right.
English.
Yeah,
Like, do that
not know
old,
they
like,
didn't know a single word.
hello.
You know what I mean? Like
I am Barbie.
It would have been cute, you know?
it was. He said "hasta la vista" too at one point.
Yes, he
you?
did. Yeah.
Also, another word. Gopher used filet mignon. He said.
He did say that. And it's funny that Barbie Benton, what's her name? Barbie Benton,
Yeah,
should use any tricks to get a man.
yeah.
I mean, she should be like, hi, and 50 guys will be showing up. So,
like how come Doc had no interest in her? Right?
yeah, right. You saw Patty Duke. He's like, haven't you been on this boat before?
He smelt Hugh on her.
Oh man. Okay, so we have
So the French
Barbie
girls
here
are
starts telling how
now we
she's
know that
into
they're
kind of Gopher
American
a little
and
bit. Yeah.
they're American.
We
They're
find out they
using
both
the-
speak English perfectly.
They're Americans, but they speak really good French. They really do speak
Yeah.
good. I mean, I don't know good French, but it sounds like good French.
Maybe Fred Gandy gave him some pointers.
I have to
before.
think that they had to say like you have to be fluent in French.
Not for Barbie. They're probably just like, what language can you pretend to be?
But she holds on conversations in French. That'd be tough to learn just for a stupid show.
Yeah, and Barbie said something to Yvonne about how she met a guy on the boat that lasted only 3 weeks the last time they went on a cruise and this happened. So that's, I think, something that they maybe do quite often. They go on cruises and
this is their MO. And here's Isaac. And this might be the only time Isaac talks in this entire episode.
This is where they were filling out the cards and everything, right? Yeah, okay. So they're filling out the cards and everything, talking about themselves.
They're filling out the cards for the computer thing, the high tech,
the matchmaking,
the Match.com computer that they're gonna
pre-internet Match.com.
But it's so funny
because
it's just a little like one of those old school like Scantron sheets.
Oh, where it's just like
just press the
little
push
hole.
this thing
Some
in.
of them have holes.
But what's
holes
the question related to each hole? Because all you see is the little card.
Now, it did get a little bit of when Stubing was filling his out, like because he had asked Julie if he was officious or something else.
Oh, so there was an answer key.
Yeah,
but
like
why would that
A
be
or B?
on one of those cards?
Well, exactly.
Well, I didn't know what officious meant. Did you know what that one meant?
I don't even remember hearing that, but
Yeah,
I don't know what
he
that
said,
means. Does that mean efficient anyway? Is it close to that?
It's like OFFICIOUS.
What's
Do
it
you know
mean?
what it means?
Like being official, looking official.
We have here an assertive of authority in an annoyingly domineering way, especially with regard to petty or trivial matters.
So why would that be on a Scantron sheet for dating?
Why would you want to say that you are that too? It doesn't sound good.
It was in the same row as Little Dick.
I thought that I was like,
I wouldn't say I have a little dick
do you have
there,
a big
Brian.
dick or a little dick? Little dick, click
It's
that.
not a
one.
little dick there, Andy.
I just like to say I fought in World War II and I have a big penis. I hope you make that the clip this week.
Yeah, so Julie had asked, or Captain asked Julie if he was, do you think I'm commanding or officious? And Julie said neither. He's more statesman-like.
Oof.
And then Captain says, so are you.
No dating thing is gonna. Those things are gonna be the most easy to understand.
I jumped ahead here because you were talking about Isaac. This is where they talk about the jingles that Lily here, Patty Duke, did jingles with Ricky Nelson in a past life. And do you know what the name of one of the jingles that they did? One of their commercials?
Was it like Cosmo Cologne or something like that?
Cupid.
Close.
Cupid?
Yep. And do you know what the tagline was for
No,
Cupid Cologne?
I do not.
I don't remember.
Make her your own with Cupid Cologne.
Oh, okay. That's awful.
Doc bought the Cupid Cologne.
Oh, he says smell me, right? He's wearing it.
Isaac had a few great lines here too.
But this, I believe this is the only time he talks the entire episode.
Yeah. Well, he was like, he says a machine to get dates. He says, I need a machine to fight them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can't remember if he talked again. He's seen, but I don't know if he
He's
talks
serving
anymore.
drinks when Captain Stubing's like all depressed at the end. Yeah, but I don't know if he talks.
And they used his tag, like when he said there, the lady said, oh, I believe you. And he was just like, oh, you believe me? I got some
Swampland. I got
some
swampland to sell you, right?
And they
Yeah.
kept bringing that up.
Yes, the swamp.
It does come up again.
Doc said everybody has a twin somewhere when she's talking about how he looks.
Ricky Nelson.
Yeah.
At no point did he let up on his game on her.
Yeah, he kept going at it.
Oh,
yeah.
all the way to the end.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Doc is relentless.
I mean, if there's any chance, he's going to be like, he's got his head in there.
But
He's
it's
like,
really
"What's
weird
going on?"
because Doc usually casts a wide net. He's usually got 4 or 5 girls. Like, I got to go put suntan lotion on this girl or something like that.
And he usually goes after whoever Gopher. He usually takes away from Gopher, and he didn't go.
I guess he doesn't know French, so he can't muscle in on Gopher.
But, like, I mean, Patty Duke's nice looking here and everything, but, I mean, she's no Barbie Benton. I mean.
Yeah, but
right?
Doc's older, maybe. He's going, I mean, not that Patty Duke's old here, but maybe he's going for
Doc was fighting with Grandpa Walton for that girl, right?
What is he, like 16?
Yeah. Yeah, I lost. I was Doc and Lily here.
Underage rape jokes just kind of
Slow everything down.
bring the podcast to a halt.
You're trying to get yourself like, whoa, where were you? Where were you? It's just we get Patty Duke here complaining about did we lose you guys? I mean, I'm out here all by myself. I don't want to keep going. Was it something I did? I didn't know if it was me that time or not. I don't even know what we're talking about. Like, what you guys are laughing at now. I'm confused.
Nothing.
I'm lost.
Grandpa Walton and Doc.
Patty Duke has a problem with, or Julie has a problem with Nick calling her doll face too. That was something that I missed earlier because he called her doll face.
Which one's Nick?
Beginning.
Oh, Frankie Avalon.
Frankie Avalon. Yeah,
he was really aggressive.
He was super.
Aggressive. He was. He had read Doc's book.
He definitely read Doc's book.
How to pick up trashy women.
I would also like to point out
that's a Better Off Dead.
I would just like to point out. Oh shit! How do you figure out the time on this? How much time left?
We're 12 minutes in.
Is it 49 minutes left or 49 minutes total?
It's 49 minutes total. We're 12 minutes in, so yeah, 30.
So 37 minutes later, Frankie Avalon and Julie are competing for the biggest collars on the planet. They like.
I have to look.
I remember watching this, and be like, "Who dressed these people?" But that's so.
Was that the red shirt?
It's the last scene. I don't remember the color of the shirt. Just
right,
the collars on these people. But
make a point
that's
to see
70
that.
hours in this podcast later.
All right, let's let this scene play it out here because my next scene I have is Julie and Nick talking. So, but yeah, that's
so
Ricky
Patty
Nelson's
Duke
still
met
little.
Ricky Nelson, and she remembers him from a previous life, and he doesn't remember.
And he keeps like basically saying, "That's not who I am," and like walking away.
And
from
can we
her.
just like spoil the whole thing now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Never does that get resolved. Never does he say, "I'm faking it."
Like
I got bumped on the head.
Also,
I have
like,
amnesia.
what name did they end up
Nothing.
calling? Like, did you keep?
But like, it never gets resolved. They never say like.
At the end, he did say, he says,
I thought I remembered something.
He was just like, he said, I have memories of New York, and I think
But why?
were in them. Yeah,
But
exactly.
why?
It was, and it was just like, why would you like? You guys just slept together. Why would you hold that back as you're walking off the boat?
But why did it never resolve? Why doesn't he remember it? Was he walking down the streets? A piano fell on his head or something like
He
that?
should
Like,
have no memory.
nothing. There's no explanation to why this guy does not remember his previous life.
And then
it's
later,
assumed that he does not remember his previous life.
Later, Doc says maybe it was Madison Avenue that made him
Maybe
lose, but again,
But you
we
don't know.
that. Yeah, that was just a possibility of what it could have been.
very dumb.
That was Stubing filling out his card. There, yeah. So now here's where Julie asks Nick to start the festivities, and he calls her doll face, and you could just see in her face how mad she is that he calls her that.
Frankie Avalon's got those teenage. What's the name? The song from Greece? Teenage
beauty
school dropout.
Dropout,
but
yeah.
he's a teen. Damn it.
He's a teen.
Teen Angel. Teen Angel, is he Teen
I
Angel?
have it written down. I wrote it down because I knew I would forget it.
Teen Angel is a different song.
Frankie Avalon is the. Yeah, he's the Teen Angel.
Is that his name? Yeah. Okay.
Teen Angel. That's what his name is.
He's got those Teen Angel eyes. I just like to point out.
But that he wore.
No. When he's doing so he's running his super duper Commodore 64 computer program here.
Love the Commodore 64.
You can see specific names, so it just puts in the name of the person. This is Julie.
Yeah.
Julie McCoy, and then it like jumbles up a bunch of names every single time you see Captain Stubing in that list. Every single time, because I kept seeing it, Captain Stubing, and then it would go to somebody else. Captain Stubing. But like he put Captain Stubing, not Meryl Stubing, not anything else, but Captain Stubing.
Chet Maxwell.
Chet Maxwell. Brock Landers.
This is where they wanted to
Aren't
turn
those the porn names that they used in Boogie Nights?
They wanted to turn onesomes into twosomes, singles into doubles, and shipmates into cabin mates.
And look, here we are. Damn. Time. 15 minutes in, Jamie Farr has made his first real official appearance now, besides throwing confetti off the side.
And he's reading the Wall Street Journal, I want to say,
Jamie Farr was big at this time. Like, MASH was huge. Jamie Farr was big on MASH, and
yeah.
Why get Jamie Farr for this? Because he is barely in this thing.
That's why that's where we thought maybe Gordon and Lynn Farr were somebody that he knew.
Come on,
right?
just do a show. Show up, do
Come
something.
on.
You'll be on the set for 5 hours. We'll get you dinner.
So get you some cigars. You know, you could sit down, relax. We'll get a nice woman pretending to be French.
Maybe
there is
he's
one
like Anthony, and they had to cut out all his scenes.
Maybe.
There is something coming up where, you know how like when you're watching the closed caption, it'll say like, "Oh, Chet said this" or whatever. They have a name for Jamie Farr, which isn't Seymour, which is what his name is in this. They had him as Sugar Daddy.
Okay.
That was his name, Sugar Daddy. It was
Well, because he's a commodities broker, and then Gopher introduces him as a tycoon.
he does say tycoon.
So I
yep.
guess commodities
And then he
broker
mentioned
doesn't
that,
translate into French.
because then Jamie Farr told him to tell him about his he has a boat or his yacht.
A yacht, right? Yes,
Yeah.
a big yacht. Yep.
Yeah, why would he be on a cruise ship if he's got a yacht?
He's got his
as
own
big as
yacht,
the cruise
same
ship?
size as that.
Why is Patty Duke on this other than to just be annoying? Everybody's on this cruise ship for no reason.
Why is Shelley Long there? I mean,
Well, they're there to meet guys.
Sam
That's
Malone
okay.
was probably pitching, for his socks at that time.
point. He was. Coach was probably still alive.
So here we got some. She was smoking a cigarette and he had a cigar, so we got to see some.
I don't remember seeing a warning for smoking in this episode, so now I'm going to go out and buy a pack of cigarettes.
Why'd you start smoking? Love Boat
didn't warn me. They warned me against violence and sex and language, but they didn't warn me against smoking.
There's the Sam.
Okay, so they're matching up these couples of people that we
Stubing
don't
is like
know.
really anxious, just like
He's like,
waiting for-
who's he matching me up with? I saw a 15-year-old girl getting on the boat. I hope I'm matched up with her. We have a lot in common.
He had Gopher there practicing his French.
And who was that girl?
Some random
smoking hot girl
Yeah.
in a bikini, and Gopher's just like, see ya. I know a French girl.
He's like, no, never mind. I'm going to go over here.
Yeah,
I'm going to waste my
Barbie
time.
Benton was hotter than her.
Well, Barbie Benton's hot, but this girl
Yeah, but
spoke
did you
English.
see how good she looked in that black bikini?
Yeah,
She
the,
looked
the
nice.
black bikini girl was hot.
And she spoke American, so it would be much easier to communicate with her.
She's not pretending to be French. Here we get Jamie Farr still confused, having no idea what this French woman is trying to say to him.
And Gophers doesn't translate it very well.
Yeah, he has some problems with some of the translations.
Oh, you said Gopher in real life is fluent in French.
I read that he is fluent in French. Yes, he speaks it very well. Unlike
Barbie Benton.
I was going to go with Roosty from.
Oh, Roosty. Roosty no speaks French.
What is it? Roosty? Remember his hat, the beret.
Throws the beret off the Empire State
Oh,
Building.
and then the dog.
Empire
right?
State Building. Eiffel
Eiffel
Tower.
I was like, yeah.
Is the Empire State Building in France?
This was a long scene because I don't have this much information here. I mean,
Because none of it matters.
we didn't get any cabins early on when people were coming on, but I did pick up cabin rooms as people were like going in and out. So I
Meet
did
me
pick
on the
that up.
promenade deck 133 or something like that.
Well, wait, Julie McCoy and
Frankie
Nick.
Avalon.
Look at that. Isn't that something?
Nick the Dick.
Nick Heider, Heider. Stubing giving her a little pep talk saying this is good, but he still wants to know
He's like, where's my woman, Nick?
where's the woman?
You promised me a woman. I filled out my card, and you said I'd get one.
But this is where Julie says this makes no sense because she didn't sign up for this, so she's
Which
wondering
is an
how.
obviously no-go. Be like, I didn't sign up. I'm not involved in your stupid game.
Stubing was happy, saying, "Hey, I'm glad that you took part in it." She's saying, "No, it wasn't anything that she."
Also,
had anything
another
to do with.
stupid thing with a game like this that's on the. Oh, that was. Oh.
Pause it?
Can we play the music from the show right now or not? Is that
Yeah.
not possible?
Oh, yeah, we can.
Can we play the sound of the no match, Captain Stubing?
Real quick here too. Stubing said when they said there's no match for Stubing, he says lonely at the top. He said, but this is ridiculous.
Yes. But, if you're not going to sign up equal number of men and women, someone's going to be not matched,
Yeah.
right? So you have to have equal number, and then whoever's left gets whoever's left. Perfect match here, Captain Stubing. Whoever.
And
whoever's
later
left.
on, when he said, "I don't know what to say here," and then he just walked away.
Are you ready?
You got to, you got to play the.
Wait,
Yep.
You haven't been recording this whole episode?
No, he's playing the sound of the. Okay, he's playing.
Sorry, Captain.
No. You gotta go back. That was
part of it is in that.
That was the sound of the no match.
Yeah, here, let me play the sound you like.
I believe that was the same thing that was played when,
I heard part of that.
Stubing was a no match.
Part of that in there.
The fact that his scientific dating program would have a ridiculous wonk wonk sound for no one. So, yeah, it would have a no match sound. Shouldn't he be matching everybody up? Oh, sorry, nothing.
Really sad Stubing look there too.
I know, he was really
Julie, it's been a long time. I've been a man on the sea for a long time.
I think we should see a cabin here.
A cabin?
Or a cabin number, yeah. This is Bridget and Yvonne's cabin right there. You can't see it right there, but they are in cabin F286.
Fiesta deck.
That is correct.
That'll go on our master sheet.
This is where Jamie Farr, with his buddy Walt, they trying to get Barbie to go out to dinner with Walt.
Yeah,
and he's asking.
We've already discussed this Walt guy, right? He's like a nobody. Like he wasn't anybody.
Yeah, he wasn't anybody.
He seems like he was somebody.
He was somebody, but he wasn't anybody in the list for his credits.
I mean, he was just like
an actor. He was an old actor.
He was like one of those guys that was in everything, but always like a bit player.
Yeah, he was in like the TV show that you're like, oh, I never watched that show or whatever. Yeah. So they ask the question, and then Gopher's supposed to give the response, and he basically makes up.
He says you got a big nose and big feet, and
because they had said something along the lines of pourquoi pas was the answer, and it was basically why not? Like, would you go to dinner with this guy? And it was a pourquoi pas, and they were like, why not?
But then
Gopher turned
Pol
Pol Pot. Gopher turned it into no, saying that he doesn't want to go to dinner with you. He thinks you have exceptionally large ears, feet like an elephant, which I thought was a weird one, and a nose that reminds her of a banana. And as Jamie Farr runs off,
say it because I was like, nice as soon as he said it.
As Jamie Farr runs off, he's complaining that, hey, at least the nose is me.
She was talking about my nose, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jamie Farr always good at taking a joke.
Here's where you talked about.
Oh, so now Patty Duke is in Doc's room, and Doc is coming out undressed, and she's like dressing him.
And she's like in a gown.
Yeah.
Like, and then this is where she talks about the ring that her and Ricky Nelson have. That
unique ring that they just got made for the two of them. So Doc's like, put on my shirt and my tie.
Doc said it was a coincidence that they had the same exact ring made out of the thing. And then this is where Doc mentions that he could have amnesia and not remember anything. And she's like, oh.
Be like, does he have TV amnesia? Does he have amnesia that's convenient to a plot on a TV show? Because no one has real TV amnesia.
So... She said, so Doc says to try and remind him of his past life. So remind him of the ring, remind him of the jingles. And then she says, should I remind him of the thing that we do so well downstairs? And that was backgammon.
It was backgammon.
They
play a lot of backgammon.
And it was a sexual innuendo. And she even played on it. She's like, is that what you really thought we did there? So it was like, let's see what you're doing there. Let's see what you're doing. Up next, after this scene, we're going to see Isaac.
Oh my God! Thank you, Isaac.
But I don't know if let's see if he talks here.
Does he get a full salary for showing up for 1 day's worth of work?
That's
Doc
a good question.
has to do a lot of talking. Gopher has to do a lot of French speaking. Isaac just like, here's a drink.
Oh, Isaac mentions that the computer is working and did a good job or whatever, and then both the captain and Julie both say, "Yeah, for everybody but them." Meaning it's not working for them.
But Julie didn't actually put her name in it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So it shouldn't be working for Julie at all. But yeah.
And here's Shelley Long speaking.
To her hunk.
Yeah.
I guess like her no-named hunk that we could think of. But
he was the shaving guy. He kept having to shave.
Yeah, like 3 times. Is that...
Do you have a doorbell?
Yeah, but there's definitely people upstairs.
There's people here. No one's here, I heard someone say, right?
Karen's in the house, so.
The call's coming from inside the house?
Not sure what's going on out there.
Oh, Barbie dancing there.
Yeah, so she's dancing, and this big-eared, big-nosed, big-footed guy still wants to get with her.
And this is where Jamie...
Can't he see that he's like 40 years too old for her? I don't get it.
Jamie Farr says this is going to be expensive for him, so it made it seem like almost like, did he have a bet? Did he have to get this guy laid for
right.
some reason or something? They never
go into their
Again,
backstory
they didn't
at
touch
all.
up on that. It makes me think this is like a J.J. Abrams Love Boat because we don't get all the stories.
Because he just says, just do things and jump around.
Wait, House of Pain was on the boat?
Jump around. Jump around.
So then you get Jamie Farr and Walt go over and try and tap on Gopher's shoulder to get him to let Walt. My buddy Walt wants to dance with her.
Now, the other
weird.
chick, not Barbie Benton, the other girl. So she thinks she's sunk her claws into Jamie Farr. He's going to provide for her for the rest of his life. Is she going to fake that she's French for the rest of her life?
Like all
is there,
of a sudden,
like on the altar, does she say
slowly
we or does she say yes? She's like, yeah, I'm American.
slowly throw a few more English words.
Yeah, all
in
of a sudden
there.
she has no accent. She's like, yo, what's going on? And he's like, weren't you French last year? What happened?
Like I can understand you perfectly. Yeah, he did talk there.
Who, Isaac?
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, right on."
that's all he gets. Poor Isaac.
It is sad that he's just not. Is everything okay up there? Or?
There's a lot going on up
Do you
there.
hear all this? It's like complete chaos going on up there.
I mean, I get excited when Isaac talks too, but come on, everybody. So, not Julie, I'm sorry. Patty Duke and Ricky Nelson are talking here. She mentions the ring. They're looking at that.
He says it. He says, hey, we have the same ring.
Oh, he mentions
He
it here.
says
That's
that.
right.
He says we have the same ring.
And then when they're talking about like jingles and everything here, he basically tells her how like that's absolutely horrible. He thought it made no sense to him really.
He says, hey, you want to get on a plane flight 7 years from now? And I don't know. Sorry.
That's sad. That's really sad.
I got nothing.
Julie, or I keep calling her Julie,
Who?
but Patty Duke. I keep calling her Julie, but
they kind of look similar. She could play her older sister.
yeah, maybe. He mentioned she tried to get him to have cognac. He didn't. He wanted beer instead.
He made every effort to not be the guy, almost as if he was lying. I don't drink cognac. I want a beer. She's like, oh, that's right. You like light beer? He's like, no, I drink dark beer. And then he's like, maybe I'll try. I'll try cognac. Do you
remember what he said about the cognac, though?
It tasted like the Cupid cologne.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, you're right. Like every time she said, "Oh, let's drink this," and then he tried to change it up. It was like it made no sense.
And Julie's eating from the COVID bar here, just like fruits sitting around. Like,
and then we get Frankie coming over to her, flirting with her, and coming on to her again. And
Frankie Avalon, he's probably like 35-ish, 40 here, right?
Roughly, probably, yeah.
Julie should be much more into him.
From what we've seen Julie into in the past, it seems like Frankie's right up her.
And he was like a sex symbol too, wasn't he?
I want to say yes. I mean, he was a singer. I mean, he had like all those fans, and
she should be into him, even though he's not Frankie Avalon on this.
Even though he's Nick Hyder. Julie tells him to bug off. Still upset with him coming on to her, and Julie tells him that love is emotions. It's not this computer thing, and Nick comes back at her and tells her, no, it's you got to gather the facts, and then that's what love is. It's not about emotions. And Julie calls it bull. She said, "This is bull."
And guess what? Julie is correct still to this day.
Oh yeah,
still to this day.
Yeah,
it's all nonsense.
I just like Julie saying bull. Like she did say bull. That was like the curse word.
Last week she said Fanny.
Fanny, I forgot about Fanny. I hope we get Fanny Flag on here soon.
We had that whole "what is the fanny?"
Yeah,
because I said it was a pussy. But
here's another room.
What room is that? Rick Springfield staying in what room?
He maybe.
I mean, Ricky Nelson.
This one, we're also still on the Fiesta deck here. This one was 291.
Okay.
And
on the list.
which was weird because when he walks in the room here, he said he wants to play her song. He already mentioned like he was writing this for her. Like it was almost like this song was for her.
And
they didn't really know each other that long.
He's got the Cosmo Cologne song already like queued up in his guitar.
And that's basically what he says he's going to call it Lily's song, which ends up being the Cupid Cologne music.
Cologne.
And
I don't see a 291 on the deck plan for the Pacific Princess.
that's what it said on there. You saw, or hard to see on the screen. Yeah.
They go up to 280.
So where's he staying? Is he a ghost? Is this a fake room, like a ghost room?
It's a ghost. Right, Chuck?
Maybe it's like going to be my room on the new boat. It's just the gym, and they converted it into a room.
Wait, is your room a gym, really?
Apparently, right now it is.
On every other boat, it's like it's right across from the gym, but it's where they do the massages and everything. And then they turned them into these rooms.
Hopefully, like someone will get lost and be "Is this where I go to get my massage?"
Why is the rug all sticky?
It's gonna be some big fat sweaty guy. Be like, "I'm here for my massage." I'll be like, "Ah."
Oh yeah, what was it? In Seinfeld, he said, "George, Raymond's ready for you."
That's where it moved, right?
Yeah,
it moved. When he touched it,
but it says no. It
doesn't
has to be
count.
touched. It has to touch.
Count if it's not touched.
We find out that Ricky Nelson's staying at Sonoma. He's in Sonoma County as he's doing guitar repair, I guess, and just stuff like that. She's in New York doing her jingles still, and they kiss, and she says, "Does a kiss remind you of anything?" And again, that just stopped the story. It didn't
advance the story at all.
Yeah. No. Julie then walking through the pool area, admiring all the couples that Nick's computer put together, Match.com. Here we had Rosie and Sam here playing chess.
Yeah, he's trying to impress her by playing chess by himself. I move here, and then I move here, and then I move here, and then I move here.
Didn't he complain about something? She was a desert,
vast wasteland of something nonsense. Yeah, and I don't think she gets that that's an insult.
He was trying too hard to like diss her, and it was coming off as she was thinking it was like.
Look what Frankie Avalon's wearing. He is all in red, pants, shirt, everything.
And I was trying to figure out what his shirt said. I think it said beekeeper. The tag, like the beekeeper fashion.
But that's a nice collar.
That's a preview of his future collar. It's that big later on too,
and you can see his nipples.
He's always got the open chest thing going on his very hairy chest. I
was gonna say it's not as hairy as you would expect it to be, right?
I'm trying to get it on that tag on his shirt to see what it's.
I kind of like it.
That's almost like that's down to like here, right?
No, he's got like this
belly button.
He's got like the second button from the bottom.
Is that like supposedly? It's almost like a members only T-shirt. It seems like, right?
Oh my God, members only.
I don't know, but it just moved.
It has to be touched.
Would you let a man massage you?
Would I let Frankie Avalon massage me?
Would you let a man massage you?
Yeah. I don't care.
Would you let a man massage you?
Yeah.
I mean, you've already let that happen, so.
I'm normally doing the massaging.
Would you?
I don't think I would.
Because you were afraid that it would move?
Yeah, probably.
So you just don't want to have the possibility of it moving and being like,
I'd just rather not deal with that.
What if it was a hideous troll of a man?
Oh, that makes it better? I don't know.
A hideous troll of a woman. What if it, right? Is that?
That's still okay.
What if it was a manly woman? Like Man Hands from
like
Seinfeld?
Large Marge?
She had a beard.
Large Marge, whose birthday was just
Marge,
the other
what was she only, how old was she?
40-something or 35 when she died?
She looked like she was 135.
According to Pee Wee Herman's flashback. Tell him Large Marge sent you.
This, I think, I don't know. Do we forget that? I think I missed
who even
something
knows?
So
Go for speaking French.
We just missed where Captain gave his new card saying that.
He got a new card? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, because he said that He said he forgot to fill out some spot. He left some places blank. Left some blanks on his first card, so he needed to.
I mean, has Frankie Avalon gotten any new updated cards to match him with, or is it still he's running against zero in the computer?
I think that's why Frankie Avalon was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to say here."
It's still a 0. Sorry.
Yeah, Gopher bumped in. Is this where Gopher's jacket gets
spilled on?
Yeah, and that is the next scene. That's when they're in the dining room. I'm sorry, I was just trying to find my notes. I missed the spot. So
they really missed an opportunity to put Barbie Benton in a bikini.
Yeah, right. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
Being that she was in Playboy like the year before, you would think they would put her in a bikini.
I wonder if she was like, you know what? I'm trying to get away from that.
She's actually not a bad actress either.
I mean, she speaks French,
and she speaks.
I don't know
French.
what that means, but she speaks French.
Best actress ever.
Pourriez-vous shall we quoi? Touché, pussycat.
Yeah, who was that? That was
I don't even. Kaja Gugu.
No,
Was that Kaja
I want to
Gugu?
say, wasn't that Christina Aguilera and like a couple other people? They redid it.
Marmalade,
Lady Marmalade. All right, so we get Rick and I want to say her name correctly this time.
Patty Duke. Mrs. Aston.
Out on here, and they're out on
Mrs. John Aston.
They're out on the. I guess this is not too far from where Stubing was when we thought the fake bridge that he was on, right?
I'll be driving the boat from here. Sir, you can't see the front of the ship from there. It's all under control. I've got 2 levers here. One goes up, one goes down.
She says she's ready to give up New York at this point, she mentions, and he says he can give her a rocking chair, and a sunset for inspiration sometimes for her, because she wants to write music out there, I guess.
You don't get sunsets in New York. You only get them in California.
That's true.
I mean,
you get sunrises in New York.
I think you also get sunsets too. It just depends on which way you're looking.
The sun only sets in California. They can't see that.
Oh.
Because by the
sets
time
in the
set,
west.
There's a west everywhere you look. Well, as long as you're looking to the west.
What if you're at the North Pole?
Here we get Shelley Long. I don't know what her name was on in the show anymore. Heather, I think. And this is where she starts arguing with her match.
She busts in the door. He says, "Oh, come on in." She's like, "I was hoping you would say that." And then they immediately start fighting because he wants to shave.
It seemed like they were really happy to see each other at first, and then
he's like, "I'm just going to shave." And she's like, "Again?" or whatever. You know, you've shaved like 3 times today, which seems like a lot of abuse to your face, man. I don't like.
Does
shaving
I mean
at all.
they're out on the? You figure he's getting sun. He's got all
Well,
kinds
he
of
complains
damage
right now. He's like,
happening
"I'm
to
losing my tan." He says, "I'm losing my tan."
She gives him a nice little,
Shaving
I guess a
cream,
little assistance
facial.
with the shaving cream, I guess.
And this is like, what, a week-long cruise? Who
Is it
cares
a week
if-
long
if
for this
you-
love boat? Like,
maybe
for,
it's just a weekend.
This has to be a weekend.
But I'm saying
The
she
Christmas
shouldn't
one
be
was
upset.
3 days.
She should be happy just to be getting laid for
like
3
I was gonna
days.
say, are they really thinking they're meeting the person of the rest of their lives?
Well, Patty Duke, they get engaged.
Well, because
Yeah,
they were
but
already married for 5
It wasn't
years
real,
or whatever.
but that's somebody different. Because she knew him. Did she not know him? We still don't know if she really did know him.
Yeah, but
or if
he-
it's just
if he on
Rick
his- in-
Springfield's little brother.
In his in his view, he's just meeting her and he's asking her to marry her.
yeah. Well, that happens.
Well,
on
at the end, he
every-
does.
every
At the end, he
episode.
does say like he feels like he knows her from then and now. So
Oh, that's where Yvonne
yes,
spilled a drink on
Yvonne
him.
Craig spilled her drink,
Yvonne Craig.
which is that's
Batgirl.
Batgirl. Yeah, she spilled her red wine here on Gopher to
on his white jacket. Let me tell you something.
because-
That's never coming out. No matter how quickly you take that off and try to get that stain out.
that. Look at that right there. That's very
never
purple already. Yeah.
coming out.
Not even with OxyClean.
Never coming out.
This is
Just
where
you might as well just throw it out.
Barbie was about to.
I always wonder
speak
about that when you go to like
English.
whatever weddings or something like that, and they have the white tablecloths, and by the end there's just shit spilled all over. I'm like, they might as well just burn these. There's no way they're getting these clean enough to use.
Yeah, you figure that
for regular
just
people
throw them into the
again.
laundry,
Yeah.
but you know that's
they
not
must
gonna-
go down to the next group of tables, like the
But Barbie
stateroom B.
Barbie was about to speak English, so to stop her, Yvonne did that, but she did get a few words out. Almost, she's like, "What I said was," she
Right.
said that, and that's when.
And he says, "Did you speak English?"
and then for some reason, Gopher doesn't come back because...
Well, he got spilled on, so now that
then
occupies his time.
When she goes back... Well, I'm jumping ahead here. When he goes back to the room, she ends up taking his clothes. And that's why he doesn't come out and find her. But
And that old lady seemed really happy to see him.
She gave Gopher she looked him up and down. She was like, but that's when Stubing sees him in the I guess that was like a trench coat, like kind of like, or like dress.
Was that like a robe?
Was it a robe
Was
or
it
a
a
jacket?
female
It
robe?
looked like a jacket.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a female robe because it was just small on Gopher.
Because that's what Stubing did not like that, and he's like, "My office."
And then Doc says, "I see you finally got matched up there," because he's in
like Doc comes out of nowhere. He just like where's he coming from? He doesn't even
because he was required to give the one-liner, so he was just off camera.
Look at that water.
Look at that water. And Patty Duke and Doc again. Doc's like, "So, you give up on that guy yet?
Where's his hand
Because
at?"
I am spending a ridiculous amount of time with you, and there's some French women I hear on this cruise that I should be getting with. I should be brushing up on my French.
How much time's left here?
Way too much.
Yeah, no, that's where I thought
Only
we were.
10 minutes, huh?
That's not bad,
This
huh?
episode seems to be going by quickly.
Is it though? How much time on the?
Not really. We're still going to be an hour and a half.
That seems good for us, though.
I think that's good for
that's
us.
true.
Yeah. Plus, with the few minutes in the beginning too, right? You don't count like when we.
Yeah, I have to subtract out 15 minutes, so we're at an hour 20 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this is like one of our best episodes ever. So we get Doc still talking here, huh?
Well, Doc's like, listen, just give up. I'm right here. You got Doc Dick right here. Let's get it on.
Doc Dick, I like that. I don't think we've used that one yet.
I don't think so.
I'm just mesmerized by that water. I don't remember seeing that earlier for some reason because it's really fast moving. Like usually,
This boat is cruising.
when we see the water, usually it's almost like it's not really. It's not that fast.
Do we even know where they went on this cruise? Did they go to Empanada or Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta?
They did not mention any of the
nothing, right? They didn't say
any of
anything. Because that is
They didn't mention
that
any
is
of the-
so secondary now. Even one season in, they're just like, get them on the boat. Who cares where they're going?
We haven't gotten anywhere outside of Mexico, really, either, right? Because
Well,
we're gonna
they can't get anywhere.
well, because in the later seasons we have that cruise where they go to China.
Oh, but
they
those
have
are
the ones in
those
Australia.
are very special
Yeah.
episodes. Out of LA, you're not getting anywhere other than. I mean, I guess you could get to like Central America, but
To the Alaska cruise, right?
Oh,
but I usually
and not
do
out of
Seattle,
LA,
right? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're talking a week just to get there. That's a long cruise.
I spent a week there one night. There's the room number again.
WC
there,
Fields over here.
it's one of my favorite. One of my favorite versions of that is when Kramer said it. I forget Woody spent a week somewhere one night, but I forget.
But I believe W.C. Fields said
Yeah.
the coldest summer coldest winter he ever felt was a summer in San Francisco or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. I fucked it all up.
There's your Doc line right there.
Doc walks by. He's like, I see you guys again.
And here, Stubing pulls Gopher.
And it's
like,
another
this
one.
way. He's
It's
like,
another one of those. I want to see you in my office now, and then nothing comes
don't
of
see
it.
him in the office,
Nothing
yeah.
comes of it. He's always seeing people in his office. That office is a Trojan horse. Nothing ever comes of that thing.
We had
Actually, a lot
Julie
comes
and,
of a Trojan horse, so it's the exact opposite of that.
Julie
Trojan
and Nick were
horse
making
come
out
more?
here. They don't come at all.
Well, they made it out of wood. It would be hard to. Ooh, splinters.
Oh,
Ouch.
wood. You need wood.
Yeah.
Julie wanted a drink.
So Julie is now on Frankie Avalon. She's like,
She's
I
into him
think
now,
I think
yeah.
I like this now.
She's saying how great he's gotten all these other couples together.
And he comes up to her. He's looking in her eyes. He's like, your story's sad to tell. A teenage ne'er-do-well.
She wanted something to drink here. Do you remember what she wanted to drink? And he actually had it.
Oh, yeah, hot cocoa or something
Yes,
like that,
hot
right? Yeah,
cocoa.
okay.
And then
And someone knocks. Because now all these idiots are going to complain personally to the computer guy.
are you telling me it's Walter White out there knocking?
He's the
knocks.
one that knocks. Man, we haven't talked about Breaking Bad since like Brian first got here like an hour ago.
Once again,
Our kids are watching Breaking Bad, so now we're all into the world of Breaking Bad again.
Frankie Avalon again, even with the white
Yeah,
button
Frankie
down.
Avalon does not wear a T-shirt, and he doesn't button his shirt either.
He only uses the 2 bottom buttons on his shirt.
He's like, what are all these extra buttons doing up here on the top of this shirt? I wonder if 83-year-old Frankie Avalon buttons his shirt now.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't either. I hope he's just walking around whatever retirement village he is in, like Key West or something, going like, look at this chest.
The only thing this cabin here is missing right now is Joanna Kearns just popping up.
I was thinking about her when Shelley Long. I saw Shelley Long.
That's why I just thought of it because of Shelley Long. Made me think of
the same
tall
character,
lady there, yeah.
But she's just the unknown future star. I mean, starish.
Star, yeah.
Like we know who they are. That's starish.
Yeah,
star adjacent.
They become.
And poor Julie's just sitting there still drinking her cocoa.
Julie talking about she's talking about how great it was being in this. With this guy in his cabin, but something seemed off, she said. Yeah, every other couple that he put together is in there screaming, saying, I want a rematch.
She was doing the comedic voiceover to nobody kind of thing, like, I was in the room with this guy.
And everybody wanted a rematch, so you all go to the computer guy's cabin.
But conveniently, it's only the 3 couples that we already met.
Yeah.
No one else is there to complain.
Stubing wasn't, oh, wait.
So he's like, and me back here, I didn't get my girl.
If I had a match, I'd be in there complaining as well.
My match was Julie. Can I get her? She's on the couch over there. So now Sean Astin and Ricky Nelson are going to like...
Sean Astin, that's great.
I was going to say Rick Springfield. I messed that up. Sean Astin and Rick Springfield are going to...
I kind of want to see Ricky Nelson and Rick Springfield next to each other now. You know, I don't think I've ever seen them in the same room together.
Wow.
Not since 85.
Did Ricky Nelson die before Rick Springfield got famous? Did he?
Nah, Rick Springfield was definitely famous before 85.
Jesse's Girls before 85, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I want to say General Hospital or whatever one it was before 85 as well. Yeah.
Was he Luke and Laura?
He wasn't one of them. I don't think he was one of those characters. Maybe
I have no idea.
Laura.
He might have been. I have no idea.
No, I'm just saying I don't know.
Luke's in my mind had like an afro or something like that. So I don't think
I want to say curly. Didn't he have like curly
blonde hair, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it was definitely not him. Maybe it was Laura. I think it was. Yes. I think
here we get Patty Duke. She's saying she's okay with the move to California now and the whole getting married, all that stuff. She's kind of saying is that still on the table?
Wait. Did they already have there where she said like, did I miss the? Oh, I guess it's the end of the show.
Yeah, we're coming up.
So
right
I missed
here. We're on the last few minutes.
Did I miss the part where she like basically called him out and said, "You didn't used to hate New York" or something like that?
That was when they were out on the deck.
I guess I missed all that.
Yeah,
because she says basically like, "You're Alex," and he's like, "I'm not Alex. I'm Ricky or whatever," and runs away.
She said something to him, and he started to walk away, and she apologized almost immediately. Yeah.
All right.
Here, Gopher finds out, or everybody basically finds out that they all speak English now. Gopher mentions.
But now Jamie Farr's already bought a gigantic engagement ring for Yvonne.
Yeah, but he takes it back.
Well, he does when he finds out she speaks English.
He gives it to Walt. He gives it to Walt.
But why does that matter? Like, why does it matter that she speaks English now?
Yeah, she still was into him. Either way, right? Wouldn't it be better? Oh, now I know what she wants. Oh, you want the ring? Okay.
I mean, I guess she was lying to him the whole time because she didn't say she didn't speak English, but who cares?
That's what I'm saying. That lady, for Jamie Farr, that lady was pretty hot for Jamie Farr.
Oh, yeah.
Barbie Benton here, on the other hand, way too hot for Gopher.
Oh, way too hot for Gopher. And bad job on Doc not macking on her at least a little bit. Just like trying to pull or
at least just like to like tease like Gopher, like I could have her if I wanted, but I'm going to let you have this
Even
one.
If Doc just walked up to her and said whatever hello in French is. Hello, oui?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, yeah. Hola.
If he just walked up and said, bonjour, pussycat.
And see, we get Doc again, just
kissing
macking
on the lips. Kissing Patty Duke on the lips, and then shaking Rick Springfield's hand and saying, have at it. I warmed her up for you. She was in my room dressing me last night.
He said, that is his girl. He said, that's Jesse's girl. So it's Doc's girl. Could he say? I wish that I had Doc's girl. Nope, doesn't sound right.
Doc's real name is Jesse. Jesse Adam Bricker.
Jesse Adam Bricker. Dr. Jesse Adam Bricker.
Dr. Jesse Bricker to my office now. And now these
Here
guys
we
are
got to carry the computer out.
hauling this computer out.
Why not put it on wheels or something?
Something. You know? And all it does
here's the collar, right? Is that the collar you were talking about?
Look at her collar.
He might have the same shirt on that she has on.
And then look at his collar. And look at his collar. It's the same exact collar. Those things can put eyes out. And in fact, Shelley Long's collar too. I guess that was a thing back in 1978. All these collars
Hers are almost past her shoulder, like it comes out here.
If you were in his collar, if you were the wrong height and you turned fast, those collars would put your eye out.
Somebody had a sombrero on behind there. Did you see it?
Well, they probably stopped somewhere in Mexico. And so now luck would have it that all these people, the no names, Shelley Long, and the five no names have now all figured out that they all want like Keith Hernandez ended up with the redhead, and Shelley Long ended up with the bookworm or the chess guy, and who else was there?
Stubing was still just, hey, what about me?
Where's my girl? And this is where he says he fixed the whole thing. And then that's when Julie's like, oh, so then it's okay because everybody else was incorrect, but since everything was rigged, he's like, nah, I just rigged us. And Stubing's like, but where's my girl?
Poor Stubing, man.
Dumb episode.
He was a real sad sack.
Yeah.
You would think the cabin would be getting, he'd be a lot luckier than.
You would think he'd be at the top of the list. Like, hook the captain up, and then everybody else is happy. You know, we're not going to crash into an iceberg or. How many icebergs do you think there are in the Pacific Ocean down by Baja, California?
Yeah, probably not a lot.
No, I don't think there are any.
There's our guest star, Shelley
Long.
That's who the guy was. Lawrence Casey. He played Daryl. That was one of the other guys that we couldn't think of their name.
I still don't know his name.
This was not a really great episode. I didn't enjoy this episode that much.
It was fine.
I like looking at Barbie Benton.
Benton made the episode.
There were no overly ridiculous plots, like when you have like the completely stupid person that can't figure out how to do anything, or or
like, the two virgins.
Yeah, and you can tell it was written by one person because it all kind of had to flow together. It all had to have that.
Well, it was five writers.
I thought it was one writer.
No,
one director. One director.
Yeah, one director. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week's
definitely needed 5 writers.
We're going to go over some guests for next week.
Very soon.
We may have a special guest next week, right?
Is it an animal?
No, I mean a special guest on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Remember, you told Anthony to...
is Anthony coming back on?
Yeah, Anthony.
Will Anthony's have aired by the time? Oh, it's aired.
Yeah.
So you people out there have heard Anthony. Now you're already sitting there going like, oh my God, they got him back. I'm so excited.
Yeah, he's going to be our second guest. Our second guest.
A return
guest.
A return guest of our first guest.
But we have some upcoming guests in the future. There are going to be some new...
you guys are so excited.
Some new exciting and new...
Everybody's excited for Anthony.
Anthony,
I know it.
I mean, they have to be. I mean, Anthony, I believe there was some rave reviews out there.
We got at least 2 likes on Instagram. I think 2 of those people are sitting in this room.
Highest,
him and his wife
watched episodes.
Nice.
Because he got 3 people in Colorado to watch it.
All right. So next week's guests also that Anthony will be able to speak about. He doesn't know about him now, but hopefully he watches the episode. We have some return guests. Diana Canova. She's coming back.
Who's that?
She was in Soap. She's that girl that was from Soap.
One of the kids. One of Richard Mulligan's kids.
Yeah, yes. But what was she in? She was in...
I forget what she was.
Was she the twins?
Yes, she was the twins.
She was the twins.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she playing the twins again?
No.
Oh.
She's playing Ellen Desmond.
And Shellen Desmond?
Georgia Engel's back.
She's back after she was in the pilot.
Harvey Jason. I don't know who that is.
Looks like F. Murray Abraham, but it's not.
Underneath him is Robert Mandan from he played who did Jack marry on Three's Company?
Oh, is that her dad?
Yeah.
The
and he was in Soap as well,
yes,
I believe, right?
Yes.
Audrey Meadows.
Again. 3rd time?
Yeah, that's her third
She was in the pilot.
Yeah, this is her 3rd time.
Yeah. No, Audrey Lindley. We're mixing it up.
Oh wait, Audrey Meadows is that Honeymooners?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're
yeah, Alice
Audrey
from
Lindley
yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Morgan.
Sherman Potter from MASH and Jack.
Mash.
Well, I was going to say Dragnet, not the Jack Webb character, the other
Friday.
guy. Yeah, the Tom Hanks character from the movie.
Bookem Dano.
Yeah, well, no, that's Y50, isn't it?
No, that's Dragnet, isn't it? Bookem Dano.
I don't remember.
I thought it was Y50. Anyway,
I guess that'll be on next
MASH.
week's podcast.
Anyway, MASH.
And Robert Urich.
Again? He was just on like last week.
Scotty Desmond.
I guess he's getting a feel for the shit. Wait, is he playing the same guy?
Scott Desmond. That's all it says. As Bob Urich.
Isn't that other girl's name Desmond too?
Desmond.
The soap girl.
What girl?
The soap girl.
Diana Canova. Her name
Yeah,
is.
wasn't her character named Desmond too?
Ellen Desmond. Yeah.
Oh,
Brian has cracked the episode already.
Because I just said it, and he looked at it. I think that's why, because he saw it in there. That's how you. That's how you.
well, you
know
said
right?
it, yeah.
Yeah. He didn't. It
But
wasn't
he
like,
remembered 5 names later what you said the character's name was. He cracked it. I'm telling you.
What's he drinking over there?
He already probably watched the episode and he knows all the spoilers.
He's finished season 1 already.
Do you think she's playing his daughter or lover?
definitely love her.
I'm
she's
gonna
like 20
say,
years younger than him.
yeah, and I'm gonna say, prediction: Robert Urich is in the casino at one point or another in
Nice.
this episode.
I wonder if she's going to play his daughter, but we're going to think they're lovers until the end. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, they're actually father and daughter.
And she's pregnant.
That one was really creepy. Now that
was
you think
so
about that one a
awful.
little more, man.
Because they made you think that they were together. The way they were holding
Oh,
hands.
because like
She was like
remember-
putting her head on his shoulder when they were up on deck. No daughter does
Gopher
that.
made a comment about how like it was inappropriate. Julie was saying it was lovely seeing them like that. Yeah, that was
Inappropriate.
We can
Inappropriate.
be found at the Exciting and New podcast on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Spreaker, and TikTok. Right? Is that all of them?
I think so.
Wow.
Did you say Instagram? Because
I said Instagram. I don't know if I said Facebook now. I can't remember if I said Facebook, but my Twitter handle is Jazoo74.
Do they have Facebook on computers yet?
I don't think we have to check the computer that gets carried on. We got to carry a computer down here.
Well, we got 3 of us. We have to get a couple people.
We need it on a big table like this and just have to carry it. Make sure it's all opened and ready to go. But just all I can do is plug it in.
I'm Andy.
74 at Twitter.
I mean,
AE Gonzo1 at Twitter.
Papa back, get it.
This has been the Exciting New Podcast.